Good evening, everyone. February 2026 monthly Dickinson County School Board meeting is now in session. For the record, I would like to recognize that all our school board members are present, including LaKendra Vitito, our student school board member, Tanya Baker, our school board clerk, Scott Mullins, the school board attorney, and Haiti Robinson, the division superintendent. I would like to introduce LaKendra Vitito, and she can tell us a little bit about herself. And we're glad to have you.
Absolutely.
This time, let's stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. Solid. Thank you. We have an agenda for tonight's meeting. Are there any additions or revisions?
Mr. Hackney, there are no additions to the agenda, sir.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That brings us to the public comment section. Mr. Vanover, will you please read the public comment guidelines? And Ms. Martin, can you please serve as our timekeeper?
A period of time for public comment will be designated on the meeting agenda during which the public may comment on issues related to public education. The Dickinson County School Board believes that the citizens of the county should be heard and that this is an acceptable format for receiving public comment. After the public comment section of the meeting is closed, the public shall not be allowed to participate in general board member discussions regarding agenda items. Public participation with board members regarding agenda items can be disruptive, and the practice is prohibited by Robert's Rules of Order. It is the desire of the school board to treat each member of the public fairly and equally. Allowing one individual to participate while excluding others is unfair. The board may hold such public hearings as may be necessary to allow the public to more fully express their concerns, or the board may place the public comment section of any meeting at the end of the meeting to allow for additional public comment. While we do not wish to restrict the free expression of opinion, we feel that certain restrictions may be necessary so that order and reasonable standards of decorum may be maintained. We ask that the following standards be adhered to. The speaker will be recognized by the chair. Each speaker will be limited to 5 minutes. Speakers will refrain from the use of vulgarity or profanity and will avoid negative or embarrassing comments directed toward specific children or students. Board members should not respond to issues presented by speakers unless clarification is necessary. And matters of concern raised under public comment will be referred to the proper official for investigation and future board consideration if necessary.
Thank you, Mr. Vanover. The board would like to recognize Ms. Lenore Jones with VPE and Ms. Phyllis Mullins with DEA.
I'll let her go first. It seems like she
Whatever
always
order you
has more to say. But anyway, good evening. It's good to see you all. It's been, seems like a year since I've been here. So it was 2025 when I was here last. But we do like to congratulate the schools on the community schools recognition. Also, we have some new members. We welcome them. And I would like to say we do have grants and scholarships available. Those applications are on our website. If anybody wants those, they can email me, and I'll be glad to send them a link. And looks like we might be out of the woods for snow, so we might be trucking right along from here on out. So, thank you.
Thank you, Lenore. Phyllis.
Well, I want to say how proud I am of our scholastic team that is getting ready to take off tomorrow, I believe. Or was it today? But anyway, I want to wish them the best of luck, and I know they will make us very, very proud. They always do. But Chandra and I went to Lobby Day last Monday to meet with the legislators and things, and talked to them about some of the VEA-supported bills that was part of our legislative agenda. And one of the things was trying to get Virginia up to national standards. So we had encouraged enough raise, which would have been 4.5 over the next 3 or 4 years, which could have gotten us closer to the national standard. Right now, that has not been approved by either the Senate or the General Assembly, but they have, I just got email from our president that they're getting ready to go through conference committee, and both budgets have converted the 2% bonus into a one-time $1,500 bonus, I guess, for educators. And in one of them, the Senate is, one is given 2% and one is given 3%, and so they will discuss that in their conference. So, other things that the Senate and the General Assembly have done, we talked to them about, was the increases for all employees, a livable wage for all school employees, and talked to them about ways that we could get the money down here, but without having to get a local match, because that is our big problem, is getting the local match. So I told them they was going to have to get a little more creative on how they got the money to us. I don't know that they agreed with me or what, but I told them. And we've got convention coming up in April. That will be in Norfolk, so we'll be gone a few days for that. But like I said, we're trying very hard to get these bills and money for us down here. We are in every committee. We go to where they vote on every bill. We have people who go and, monitor all that, and we get emails from our president letting us know. Weekly, we get emails letting us know what's going on. And I appreciate everything you do, and you all have a pleasant evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mullins. Do we have anyone else for public comment? That brings us to our next agenda item, which is the consent agenda. Includes the approval of minutes, monthly invoices, a revenue and expenditure summary, a discussion of school activity funds, approval of field trips, approval of new elementary school construction invoices, approval of the construction bank reconciliation document, and the approval of the Dixon County Public Schools health statement account. Any questions or discussion on the consent agenda? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next agenda item is information for the school board. Ms. Robinson.
Thank you. Good evening, board members. Good evening, Mr. Hackney. A couple of things to share with you regarding the information for the board. One is the, is the VSBA Hot Topic Month on the 19th, which will be talking about cybersecurity and artificial intelligence. And so we want to make you aware of that. If you'd like to attend that conference, please let Ms. Baker know, and she'll be glad to make all the arrangements for you. Also, the second item is the VSBA Spring Forum Networking. The Spring Networking Forum. That's on April the 29th. That is the conference that all of our board members, along with Dr. Lyle, attended last year. We'd like to invite you to attend that. That will be held at the Wise Inn this year. And so again, please consider attending that. Again, if you want to be a part of that, please let Tanya Baker know. I understand that Mr. Hicks has volunteered the board to be judges at the art contest, so I don't think we have much choice, but we have to attend. So again, that's on Wednesday, April the 29th. And this month, we'd like to recognize our school board members. And this is February is School Board Appreciation Month. And I have a resolution that I would like to read, and then we would like to recognize each of you for the job that you do. Whereas the education of Virginia's school-aged children is the foundation upon which the economic, social, and intellectual capital of our state is built, and whereas locally elected and appointed school boards play an important and vital role in decisions made by local school boards to directly influence instruction in Virginia's public schools, and whereas these decisions affect the present and the future lives of our children, and also set direction to prepare all students to be competitive in a local, state, and national and global 21st century knowledge and economy. And whereas this year's theme is From Strong Roots Come Endless Possibilities, highlights the vital role school board members play, the vital role each of you play in planting the seeds for student success, ensuring every student has the resources intended and needed to grow, thrive, and reach their full potential. And whereas the School Board Appreciation Month provides an opportunity to celebrate Virginia school board members who champion the mission of public education. Now, therefore, be it resolved. The Dickinson County Public Schools joins the Virginia School Boards Association in recognizing you, each of you, in your contributions to the local school board, in the academic success of the public school students, and expresses its sincerest recognition to you for your focus on the well-being and achievement of students throughout Dickinson County and the Commonwealth of Virginia. Would you please would you please stand with me and help to recognize our school board members? Working with these gentlemen, I can tell you it's been an honor for me, and I feel that, and I've shared this with them also often, that I am privileged to work with an outstanding school board, and so I want to take the time to recognize them. Thank you for the job that you do.
And thank you, Ms. Robinson. We appreciate that. I know all the board members appreciate that. There's not always a lot of glory in this job, but I think we're all glad to be here and do what we can for our school system. And that brings us to segue into good news from our schools. So do you want to tell us about that?
Yes, sir. We'd like to take this opportunity to recognize, and you see that we have several students here, and that's always so welcoming to us. First thing I'd like to share with you, something that we're all very proud of, and that is that Ridgeview High School, Ridgeview Middle School, and Ridgeview Elementary School have been officially designated as a Virginia Community Schools by the Virginia Department of Education. This designation recognizes excellence in school leadership, intentional programming, and partnership development. Community schools build strong partnerships with families and community organizations to prepare each student for success. Our schools designation reflect this strong alignment with the Virginia Community School model and demonstrates commitment to promoting excellence for all students. We are only one of 13 counties, school divisions in the state of Virginia that received the first recognition for Virginia Schools Community. And I'd just like to take a moment to thank all of our staff, our administrators, everyone who worked in this designation. It was very hard work. It was a commitment of time, and it was a commitment of effort. And I just want to recognize each of them. This designation really opens the way and paves the way for us in future grants, and gives us an edge in the work that we do and the recognition that we do in our schools. So congratulations to all of our schools. I see Mr. Owens here, and Mr. Compton is also here. And so I want to personally thank them for their leadership in each of our schools for helping us to achieve this recognition. The following, I'd like to ask Ms. Joy Hall and her sponsors if they'd like to come up. Ms. Hall is our sponsor of the Beta Club. They just attended the state championship along with Mrs. Powers and Mrs. Kennedy. And so they would like to take a few moments to recognize some of those students that are there and what they have achieved. Welcome. Welcome, Joy.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank you all, thank the board for your support of the Beta Club, especially your personal donations that help some of our students attend that would not have been able to go. We're very appreciative of that. And it honestly, we can say this was the easiest trip we've had, one of the best trips we've had, and definitely life-changing trip for our students. So again, thank you for the support. And at the Beta Convention, the students are allowed to compete in various competitions, whether it be academics, fine arts, there's robotics, engineering. Basically, if you can think of it, there's a competition for it at Beta Convention. And we had a first place winner in 9th grade psychology, Miss Callie O'Connell. Third place in color. She's not here.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. But
Sorry.
if the winners would come to the front.
Third place, color photography among 9th and 10th grade students, Mr. Ty Powers. Third place, drawing among 11th and 12th grade students, Alexis Robinson. First place in accessorized design, Miss Ariel Rains. Third place, drawing among 9th and 10th grade students, Miss Lacey Johnson. And Miss Rebecca Farmer Fuller performed as a soloist, and she was selected as a premier performer, which means that she is invited to participate in the opening ceremonies at National Convention in June. And then Cohen Powers is our 25-26 state secretary. And all of these students, aside from Cohen, his term will end after National Convention, but all of these students qualify to compete at the National Convention in June.
Other good news from our schools, the Rafa Foundation has awarded each of our schools $1,500. That is $4,500 for students in need of clothing or personal care items. And so this is a constant need in all of our schools. And we'd just like to thank Mr. Vanover, the executive director, and also Rafa Foundation for their gracious gift. Choral State winner is Mr. Page could not be here. We will recognize Braden Hillier next month, but he has placed second in the All-State Chorus competition. Isn't that something? And he will be singing with the All-State Mixed Choir in April. So congratulations to Brandon. Brandon, are you here by any chance? Okay. I'm sorry? Braden. Thank you very much. And Skills USA winners, do we have any of them? Okay. Mr. Owens, would you like to talk about our Skills USA winners? Yes, sir. We saw you walk in the door. I've got it right here.
You did.
It's a good line. He did. Yeah, it's a good line.
Yeah, we did. So we hosted the Skills USA competition. Of course, most of the competition was held at Mountain Empire, a couple of them at Southwest, and some of them down at the old Appalachia Elementary School. But we had two guys that are going to go on. One's from automotive, and is Jason Mullins. And talked to Mr. Anderson, and Jason doesn't say a whole lot. Like he's kind of quiet. You don't hear much out of him. And I was talking to Scott. I was like, man, that's awesome. He did so good. And if I understood it right, out of a possible 600 points, he had 590 points, which was really good. He said that he was way above a lot of the rest of the competition, so it was really good. And then Noah Rasnick in carpentry in David's class. So I think they're leaving next Sunday. They're leaving next Sunday to go. They moved the competition. Supposed to have been in Salem, but they moved it back to Norfolk. But they'll go compete in Skills USA. Hopefully bring back a win there, right? Like I imagine Jason did that good. Of course, he told me it's all GM parts. So he's like, if it's a Ford, I wouldn't have done any good as well. I saw him in the cafeteria. That's what he told me. But so Jason Mullins, and he was first place in automotive technology, and Noah Rasnick was first place in carpentry. That's great.
Thank you, Mr. Owens. And congratulations to these two gentlemen. They were invited, Mr. Owens, so you may want to see that. Talk to them tomorrow. And our last announcement and our good news from our schools is that our future DECA and Scholastic State Championship competitions are going to be held this weekend. As a matter of fact, they're leaving tomorrow. And this will be the third year in a row that our Scholastic team is competing for first place. And so we wish them our very best, and also our DECA. And some of our Beta Club students are also going to be involved in the DECA competition. So we're very proud of all of our students. We're very proud of their achievements. But especially, I think Ms. Johnson said it well, our teachers, our staff, they invest a lot of time in our children to help them succeed, and we could not have do it without them. So congratulations to them. Thank you very much. Let's give them another round of applause. At this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Martin to come to the front, and she will tell us about attendance and enrollment. Ms. Martin?
Good evening, board members. This evening, I'd like to speak with you about January's attendance, enrollment, and chronic absenteeism. As always in your packet, you have the summary of the monthly attendance and enrollment. You have the monthly percentage comparison over the past 5 years. There's a list of the entry and withdrawals for each school. There's also the absence intervention team summary notes, and then there's a monthly picture that has some of the incentives that we were able to do in January in between snow days and virtual days and everything else. And then also I started this last month, and we'll probably do this each month for you. I do a monthly comparison for the chronic absentee for the last 3 years, just to give you an idea where we are with that. For January, we show that we had 1,623 students enrolled in the K through 12. We had 78 students in pre-K in the postgraduate programs and 16 students in the 3-year-old program. Excuse me. That's a total of 1,701 students. Our average attendance for the month of January, Ridgeview Elementary School had the highest at 89.15%. This is the 6th month for Ridgeview Elementary School. So we're going to flash to the past there for Ridgeview Elementary School. And so basically every month this year, Ridgeview Elementary School has won the banner and also the belt. Those kids they get very excited. Dr. Compton has some kind of elaborate celebration every time they win. I think last time they came in on maybe a motorcycle. I'm not sure what he does something. They do a dance in the hall or something exciting to celebrate when they win, and the kids they absolutely love it. For the month overall, we are at 88.63%, a little bit below our goal, which is at 90%. But overall for the year, we're at 91.58%. And hopefully with the break in the weather, we're hoping to get back on pace so that we can get back to our goal. Looking at our chronic absenteeism, and I will just compare last year to this year just to give you an idea of where we are. Ridgeview Elementary School last year at this time was at 10%. This year they're at 7%, so that's an improvement of 3%. Ridgeview Middle School last year was at 13%. They're at 10%. That's an improvement of 3%. Ridgeview High School is at 9%. Last year they're at 16 this year, so we've got some work to do there. But I will emphasize we are working there. And as we talk about each month, chronic absenteeism will continue to be a cross that we bear, that we continue to have to always concentrate on. If you look at the notes that I provided you from the absence intervention team, they do look at the data, they do study the data, and we're looking at which grades at the high school are trouble, or we're having issues with. Our attendance coordinator now, I think he's almost done with meeting with individuals in the 9th grade. He'll move to the 10th grade, so he's meeting with kids that are on the border of becoming chronically absent. And so we'll move on from there. I will note for you that these numbers are raw data. This does not include any student that would be homebound, that would be exempt from chronic absenteeism. It also does not include students that have done after the bail, and we're able to deduct days as well when they do after the bail. We won't have that data available till after the end of the school year. But that takes chronic and absent days off the chronic list. So we're fortunate enough to be able to do that. But this is raw data. Any questions about attendance, enrollment, or chronic absenteeism? Thank you.
Thank you. Any more good news, or does that wrap that?
No. Thank you, sir.
We had plenty. That brings us to our next agenda item, which is the presentation of the proposed nursing clinic and robotics lab by Ms. Robinson and a familiar face, Mr. Curtis Ellswick.
As Mr. Ellswick comes to the front, as you all recall, in December, Dickinson County Public Schools received a grant for $2.6 million, or 30% of, for the construction of a nursing clinic and robotics center on the Ridgeview campus. The total construction is $8.9 million, and so we will need to secure the remaining 6.2 for the construction and completion of this building. With the assistance of Mr. Ellswick, he and his agencies have designed a building for us to at least let us look as a board what this building will look like. And so, again, Mr. Ellswick, thank you so much. Welcome. And we love to have you with us, and it's good to have you with us. So,
Thank you, ma'am. Well, good evening, everyone. It's exciting to be back in front of the board. I was thinking about being here tonight, and I realized I've been here doing this for 14 years now, talking about school construction projects. And, of course, the high school, middle school, funded by the Corps of Engineers, the new elementary school, another project funded by the Corps of Engineers. We got to expand the elementary school and add more classrooms because you all got funding from the Department of Education and ESSER funds and some SCAP grants, and here we are again with some opportunities, and it's great opportunities for the children in Dickinson County and the community. So as Haiti has said, we've been working on this. We met with administrators and staff last year and started working on what is the need, what's the program for this facility, which we're calling the Nursing and Robotics Lab Addition. And that program that was put together includes nursing skills and some simulation labs, a robotics lab and a classroom, 3 exam rooms, some offices, a waiting room related to the nursing, and then, of course, all the support spaces that go along with that. When we totaled all those spaces up, and it totaled about 10,000 gross square feet, that's how big of a facility we would need to support all those programs. We also looked at where would it go on the Ridgeview campus, and we identified some space right back here behind the high school, kind of across from the CTE building towards the football stadium, where we could put a 10,000 square foot building. It would be 2 stories to be able to fit on that site, but it could fit. And it made sense because it's right next to the existing school. So from a programmatic standpoint, and it worked out. As Ms. Robinson mentioned, we also, next step was to work, like, how much is it going to cost? And so we put numbers to it. That's how we came to the $8,925,000. That's the total project budget for the project. And so we took all that information, and the school system submitted an application to the DOE for a SCAP grant. And then we heard back in December, not long ago, that they awarded 30% of that cost, which is almost $2.7 million, which is great. That's a lot of money. And I'm in construction and tearing things up. But that also leaves the 70%. It's a match so that we have to find, and that's a little over $6.2 million that we need to find and identify the right partners to help find that money before we can proceed. And so we know it ain't easy to go ask people for money. It's a lot easier if you have something to show them. And so the next thing we did was develop some renderings with some help. And I wanted to show you what those look like. So if you can imagine, if you're looking from the back of Ridgeview High School in the corner back over here by the Career Tech building, this is the 2-story addition. I'm not guaranteeing what it'll look like, but this is a rendering of what it could look like. We wanted to make sure we could fit that 2-story addition on that parcel of land back there, that space. We wanted to make sure that it would look and feel like it was part of the campus. So that's why you see the similar brick, similar glass, metal panels. It fits right in with the high school as well as the elementary school. So that's potentially what that could look like. There's another view kind of looking towards the CTE building, towards the road that goes around the campus. I said that's Mr. Mullins over on the far right, the suit and briefcase, going to the school board meeting. And then we have one more rendering here looking straight on with the canopy overneath. I can't guarantee that we haven't got far enough along to be able to say, is it actually physically going to be connected, or would it be connected with a canopy? We're still working out those details, but it is an addition, or it'd be close enough to the building to maybe a short walk for students or whoever may be going to the exam rooms. So now we need to figure out where do we go from here. So I'm happy to answer any questions about the work we've done so far, but our next task is really to go find the remaining funds needed to make the match, to make the project a reality. So, any questions for me or Ms. Robinson?
Board members, as you know, our nursing program is third in the state. It is approved by the nurses, chef, and so it's a great program on our campus. We have not only our own students that participate in the nursing program, but we also have adult students that attend our nursing program. It's easier for them to come to Ridgeview than it is for them to travel an hour and a half to other facilities. We also have our robotics, which has been a wonderful part of our campus and our school programming for the last 10 years, and Mr. Owens has been a huge part of that. What we need at this point is the board, if so you choose, is to give us the blessing to begin talking to local, regional, and state federal agencies, show them the program, the renderings, tell them about our program, share with, take some of our nursing students, our nursing staff, perhaps some of our administrative staff, and let them show what we can do with this building. Our goal, as I've shared with you, is that sometime next year, we will be ready for groundbreaking in this building. And so we're excited. We have talked to the Health Wagon, and they can see themselves being a part of this building. And instead of having the health van come, that they could see our students, our staff, and children there at that building. So this building, while it will be a nurses clinic / robotics, we also see it as a community avenue, another community project that we can share with our community. So, Mr. Hackney, I think what we need is just, if the board so wishes, is to allow, is to just give us the approval to move forward, looking at additional funding for this building, after you've asked other questions and discussion.
Well, I'll go ahead and chime in and say that it's very exciting. I appreciate you coming tonight. Mr. Ellsworth, good to see you again. But my take, and the board can comment or whatever they feel necessary, but healthcare is such a need in our area. So to me, this is a very worthy project for us, and I'm very in support of that. But anybody have any more questions or comments? You're not seeking a formal motion in that, right? Is that right?
I'm going to defer to Mr. Mullins.
I don't think we need a formal motion, but certainly if you want to make a motion just to give the division superintendent working with Skanska the direction to move forward with this and find funding, that might be helpful, and we would know the board's behind it.
Do we hear a motion?
So moved.
Second. Motion is a second. All in favor? Please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Mr. Ellsworth, we're glad to have you back.
Thanks, sir. Good to be here.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Sure.
I'm not leaving. I feel like I'm part of the family. So.
You and your group sure did a good job on the rest, sir, and I'm sure it'll be just as good for the next one.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And may I say that this grant has been a discussion with the former CTE director and Mr. Owens, probably for 2 years, Chris? And we're running out of space at the high school. And we need a space for our nursing program. They're in different classrooms right now. Is that correct? And always for our robotics. This particular grant that we wrote was for career and technical. It wasn't, we couldn't have written it for anything else. And so this is something that both Ms. Edwards and Mr. Owens have wanted to do. So we are just delighted that Mr. Barton and the Board of Supervisors have helped us to obtain this grant. So just a special thanks to them. Thank you for your support.
Right. That brings us to the required annual review of the DCPS comprehensive plan. Mr. Deal.
I sat back there thinking while he was doing that presentation about the nursing building. I remember students from Hayside and other schools having to get on a bus for 30 minutes, roughly, ride to Clinch Cove to do their nursing classes. Things coming together. I think this one site is good. Good for the community.
Yep.
So I'm here today just to talk to you about our comprehensive plan. Back in February of 24, whether you remember that or not, we approved our division's comprehensive plan. If you look through the sheets that you have, it should have a blue tab. I think that's what Miss Tanya told me, Ms. Baker. And just kind of going through it. I'm not going to read all that to you, but I'm just going to touch on the high points for you. So what we're focused on, if you look at the plan just in general, we were focused on early intervention. And what we noticed the first year when we did our VALS testing is the number of reading plans that we had to have. It was just, to us, it was an alarming number. So with the use of the money that we received from the state, we were able to get some interventionists in here, and we make very good use of our reading specialist. So just to give you some idea of what's happening, okay? In kindergarten, what we saw at the beginning of this school year is that we started out with 35% of our students were in Tier 1. And basically, if you think of that out of 100, so that's 35 kids that we had in Tier 1. The rest of the kids, the 70 or 65 there, were below grade level. They were not where they need to be.
And Mr. Deal, Tier 1 is, if you could explain those
yeah, sure.
tiers for the board.
Yeah, Tier 1 is our kids who are on grade level. They probably, at that grade level, they probably know their letters, they know their sounds, they can read just a little bit, put words together. And then as you go down, Tier 2 is the ones who aren't there, but they may know part of it. Tier 3 is the students who could be your special ed kids. They could be some that's never been in school before, and we just now getting them, and we're working to get them where they need to be. But as I said, we had 30 students that were in Tier 1 at the beginning of school. Here we are in January, we tested again. Now we're up to 70% of them in Tier 1. So we saw that as a great improvement. Sure. And we saw that across the board, especially in K3, where we started doing the VALS testing. And we placed that in their mind. I'd love to be able to stand up here and say, it's all because of what I did, but it's not. It's what our teachers did. They did a great job. We have our interventionists. We have we did letters training. We did Virginia Literacy Partners did training with us. We had a strategic plan for every child so we could meet their needs as we moved along through this, and it's just all coming together. It was not anything that took place overnight. This is something that we've been working on since last school year, and as we can see, there are some gains. Just quickly, in second grade, we had Tier 1, we went from 26 students to 41, and Tier 3, we went from 35 up to 45 by mid-year. And so those are great gains for us. 4 through 8 work just a little bit differently because it's based on SOL test. If a student passes their SOL test, they're automatically placed in Tier 1. But as we move on, we discovered that a student might could guess and pass the test. Some of those students may have reading accommodations that helps them pass the test, whereas the VALS does not allow us to use any of that material. So it's just what they know. And so we discovered that those kids in 4-8 still are lacking some literacy skills. And so we're working on that. We didn't quite see as good of improvement, but there was still positive improvement. So how many reading plans did we have? Well, last year in K3, we had 201 reading plans. And for one reading specialist to try to get through that was a little bit of a challenge. But we were able to get our teachers on board, and so they're helping us with that now. So it's worked out a little bit better. This year, when we did our reading plans, we had 142. And the way I looked at that, I thought, well, we're not really comparing apples to apples if I do kindergarten last year and kindergarten this year. So what I did was I looked at kindergarten first and second, and then I looked at first, second, and third this year just to see if we went down, and we have. So those things are, I think, again, good improvements that we've made. And again, we contribute that to early intervention, early identification, more strategic planning on their side, and the core instruction. Oh my goodness. Miss Sherry Smith at the elementary school, I'll speak about her. She meets with her teachers once a week. She helps them come up with their weekly plan, and we make sure that we're all teaching the same thing. And I think all that together is helping us get where we need to be. And in closing here, I just want to make this one little statement. Everything we do, we want to line it with this one comment. And Ms. Robinson gave us that one comment. I remember when I first came up to the board office, we want to look at every child every day. We want to make sure we meet their needs and go above and beyond just to try to help them. Because if they can't read, they can't do my math problems that I'd want them to do in high school. And definitely they have trouble going on out and getting a real job. So I think all those things together is very, very important for us and for our Air Division. Okay? Any questions? I know I went through it kind of quickly. Anything there that you need to know or that you have questions about? I can't say enough good things about our staff.
I'll make a comment on that because I had the unique opportunity to observe a VALS test because I have a kindergartner. So I was just impressed with what Miss Smith was doing, and it wasn't just a straightforward. She was checking them on so many things, and really getting probably the type of evaluation that you can take back to a teacher and say, well, this kid is strong in this or not as much in this, and showing really where they need to work. And I was impressed with it. I thought that. It was challenging to watch your kindergartner there doing all that stuff, but I thought it probably, information-wise, really helps the teachers.
And we run into a lot of things too, like, your kids who go to pre-K, they have a step up as far as some of the kids who've never attended. And so that reflects some of this data too.
Absolutely. Anybody have any other questions for Mr. Deal?
Well, I'd just say that congratulations. Those are some really good gains, and congratulations to students and our teachers and everybody that's working with it. It was interesting this time last year. I attended a VSBA regional event in Page County, and one of the board members there had mentioned that they had traveled to Ridgeview several years ago and come to look to see what we were doing in reading, and just thank the school division for the help, and they were impressed with it. So, it goes beyond Dixon County. What we're doing in reading is known throughout the state.
It really takes a team effort to have success.
Oh, yeah.
I certainly credit those folks in a very high honor to be associated with that.
Anything else?
Thank you, Mr. Deal.
Thank you.
All right, next we have the presentation of the Inclusive Practices Self-Assessment and Action Planning. Ms. Robinson.
Thank you, Mr. Hackney. We would like to request that we table this agenda item till next month. Dr. Neese was going to present but had to be in Richmond today and yesterday, so he's not here. So with the board's permission and pleasure, we will table that.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. That brings us to the approval of the proposed amendments to the fiscal year 26 DCPS budget. Ms. Edwards.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to propose an amendment to our FY26 budget. This is really like a housekeeping item, just tidying up our budget for the end of the fiscal year, which is quickly approaching. It is a 0.37% increase overall. We have used the latest calc tool provided by VDOE that was issued in December of 2025. We are also updating our average daily membership. If you all will remember, when we first adopted our budget last fall, we had an ADM of 1,655 students, and the VDOE has released the latest projections, and that is at 1,639.3 students, which is a reduction of 15.7. These are based on actual March 31st ADM from last year, and also the September 2025 fall membership. This amendment will also reflect our final allocation in all of our federal programs for FY26, which includes all of our title programs. And it also updates our National School Lunch Program line item. We base that based on estimates, and since we are reducing our ADM, then we needed to adjust that as well. We also have the second half of the FY25 Community Schools Development and Implementation Grant from VDOE. These funds had not been received yet the last time we worked on our FY26 budget. They came in September of 25. We also received a second grant from VDOE for community schools. This was in their second cohort, and that totaled $82,000. And that has actually already went to the purchase of 2 vans to use in our after-school programs. And we actually have a small amount of funds left over, and we are hoping to purchase a third used vehicle as well to add to the fleet. And then on the flip side, on the expenditure side of the budget, for this amendment, we propose that the private carrier line is increased to $10,000. I've looked at some projections, and I think that's close to where it will land for the end of the year. And then the materials and supplies line item, I've increased that by $114,458. The $250,000 that we use for community schools and the after-school programs comes out of that line item. So this increase will just bring it in line for the year. And then the capital outlay replacement and capital outlay addition line items were updated to reflect actual expenditures for the year. Our capital outlay replacements will include the purchase of 2 used school buses, which we've already got added to our fleet. And then we have another new school bus, which is still on order, and we hope to receive that this spring. And then the capital outlay addition item includes the purchase of the 2 used vans, and then the small amount of money that we have left over that we're hoping to add a third with. Is there any questions for me on this amendment for FY26?
Any questions for Ms. Edwards? So I think we need to see if we can get a motion to approve the proposed amendments to the fiscal year DCPS budget as presented.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And you're up again.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
So next, we have the update on the fiscal year 27 budget.
Yes. This past Sunday, February 22nd, 2026, was Budget Sunday in Virginia, which is the deadline for the House Appropriations and the Senate Finance and Appropriations Committees to report their respective budget proposals. Included in these budgets are proposed amendments to the governor's budget, which was released in December of 2025. There's still a lot up in the air regarding the FY27 and 28 biennial budget, and we hope to have a better understanding and more definite information on that in the coming weeks. For now, our intent is to use the calc tool that was released by VDOE in December of 2025. I don't think we will receive another calc tool before our budget has to be appropriated at the end of next month. So we'll keep you all updated as those things progress. And of course, we'll have our budget hearings next month as well. Any questions on that?
Any questions, Ms. Edwards? Very appreciate it. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
thank you all.
Next agenda item is the approval of the revised 25-26 DCPS school calendar. Ms. Deal.
Good evening, board members. We have some proposed revisions to our 25-26 school calendar. We did miss some days for snow. I'm not sure if you're aware. As of today, Dickinson County Schools has missed 11 snow days. The 10 allotted virtual days that we get, we have also used. We applied for and received 5 additional virtual days from the VDOE, and we have used 1 of those additional virtual days. So we've now used a total of 11 virtual days. So we have 4 more virtual days of those extra ones that we requested to use if needed. So with that information, we obviously need to make some revisions to our 25-26 school calendar. So these are our proposed revisions. We would like to only use the date of March 9th for our spring break. That was a long weekend that included a Friday and a Monday. So we would like to just propose to just use the Monday for the break, Monday, March 9th. We are proposing to leave the Easter break, April 3rd through April 6th, as is, with no revisions. We are proposing to have the Ridgeview High School graduation on Friday, May 22nd. The last day of school, we are proposing for students to be Friday, May 29th. That would be teacher work days on Monday, June 1st, and Tuesday, June 2nd. And then that would put the first day of summer school as of Wednesday, June 3rd. So those are proposed revisions to the calendar. Are there any discussion or questions about any of that?
Any questions on the calendar? Sounds good.
I guess we need a vote to approve the revisions.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get a motion. Anybody have a motion to approve the revised 25-26 DCPS school calendar as presented? So moved. We have a second.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Ms. Gill.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is a discussion of the scheduled budget meetings in March. Ms. Roberts.
Thank you. As all of you know, March is the time of the year when the school division, school boards develop the proposed budget with the available information from the General Assembly and in collaboration with the Board of Supervisors. We have 3 dates in March to accomplish this task. Wednesday, March the 11th will be the budget workshop at 5 p.m. On Wednesday, March the 18th, the public hearing at 5 p.m. And then, of course, on Wednesday, March the 25th, will be our regular March school board meeting and where the board will approve the proposed budget. Any questions or any comments from the board? That was an informational item for the board, so that...
Any questions for Ms. Robinson? If none, that brings us to board comments. Mr. Hicks, you want to start us off?
Sure. You know, each time we come, it's just amazing to see all the accomplishments of our kids and staff, and just want to recognize and congratulate DECA and Beta, and Skills USA, and wish our Scholastic Bowl team the best as they go off to compete. And girls basketball here tonight, so there's lots of things going on, and our kids are doing great things. And you also want to thank Rafa for their donation and support of our kids here to meet those needs. And then I need to make one clarification. I don't have you penciled in as an art, but I did nominate you. And so hopefully you all will get in to be an art person there at the meeting. I think it comes with a small stipend of maybe an extra role. And so you'll have that to look forward to. But actually, I don't think you'll have to have to judge any art, but we definitely would appreciate your presence.
Who got nominated?
You, Mr. Rasmussen.
That's not.
That is true. You're voluntold.
I'm just kidding, Mr. Rasmussen. You can have my role. All right.
Well, that's hard to follow. It is very gratifying to see all the good work, hard work, teachers, students, parents, every employee that we have that supports the educational process. It's just outstanding to see how well things have gone. And these students amaze me. It's just, every year it seems like we have folks that just work so hard and excel, and we've had them here over and over and over, and I hope it continues for 100 more years. It's just a pleasure to be associated with such fine people, and especially our students and teachers and parents and everybody that works for the school division and contributes in a very positive way.
Thank you, Mr. Resnick. I'll just say it was great to see the Beta kids here tonight that participated, and we had some CTE award winners. Great to hear about that. Excited about the potential for the nursing facility, and I was told, and I'm going to try to attend myself, we got a girls basketball playoff game tonight, so I'll ditto mark the things they said and keep my comments short.
You tell me to keep mine short. Is that what you're saying?
That was a hint.
I'll definitely do that. It's not a problem. First, I'd just like to, recognize Tanya Baker there for all her hard work as the clerk of the board. And I know a lot of stuff she does goes probably unrecognized, and we don't thank her as often as we should. But I'd just like to thank you tonight for all your work and everything you do behind the scenes. And welcome our newest student member, LaKendra. Yeah. I looked at her and said, "You need to leave." She's like, "Please."
Truly.
But, when she got here, she said she had just come from softball practice, and she had to leave to go cheer. So I'm sure she's a very busy lady, but we're glad to have her on the board, and I'm sure she'll do wonderful for us this spring semester. The renderings of the proposed nursing clinic are exciting to see, and hopefully we can get to work on acquiring the rest of the money for that project. That would be great to have on campus. I think it's like Mr. Hackney said, the healthcare in this area is much needed. So that'd be a great addition. And last, I'd like to thank Mr. Deal, and that was some good news on the growth in the early literacy results. So that's more good news for us. On to you, sir.
Thank you. I'd just like to comment about the Scholastic team, that all the hard work that they've done and all the successes that they've had. It's been wonderful. And the designation of our schools being achieved, of being recognized for the Excellence Award is wonderful. And the Beta Club, all the work, the hard work, and all their successes, and the people that's been behind that. It's been a great winning team. And the Coral State winners, the Skills USA winners, I mean, it just keeps coming on and on. And it was good to see Curtis Ellsworth here tonight. And I was going to tell Curtis that it was really, really good to see him, and I thought that we'd try to get some kind of a motion on building a bronze statue of him out here somewhere, so the next generations. And I was just thinking that, with Curtis, and I was looking at him, summing him up, and I've seen those bronze statues of Thomas Jefferson. He looks like Thomas Jefferson. So, in the generations to come, our kids could say, well, he looks like Thomas Jefferson, But it's just, I think it's just a beautiful team that has been composed in Dickinson County. And just think about
The school has been open 12 years. Think about all the successes that's happened on this ridge top because everybody came together and worked together. What a blessing. That's all I've got.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, gentlemen. Now's the time for the closed session portion. Closed session pursuant to Section 2.2, 3711, Paragraph A of the Code of Virginia. There will be a closed session for the purpose of employment issues relating to discussion or consideration of specific individuals for employment as part-time aide, FMLA, substitutes, coaches, and resignations pursuant to the Virginia Code, Section 2.2, 3711. To consult with legal counsel regarding the investment of public funds associated with school construction and consultation regarding actual or probable litigation, along with the consultation regarding specific matters requiring legal advice pursuant to Virginia Code, Section 2.271-71, and Sections A, 6, 7, and 8 of the Code of Virginia. We have a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
We have a second.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Board, do we have a motion to come out of closed session?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now out of closed session. Ms. Robinson, could you please read the certification?
Yes, sir. Whereas the Dickinson County School Board has convened a closed meeting on this date pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and whereas 2.2-3712D of the Code of Virginia requires a certification by the school board that such closed meetings was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore be it resolved that the Dickinson County School Board hereby certifies that to the best of each member's knowledge, 1, only the public business matters lawfully exempted from open meetings requirements by Virginia law were discussed, and 2, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered. Would you please certify?
I certify.
I certify.
I certify.
I certify.
I certify.
Thank you. Do we have any motions out of closed session?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we need a motion to approve employment recommendations as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Have any other business?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we need a motion to authorize the division superintendent to work with behavioral health for consideration of use of the Wolfpack Education Center.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second, any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We have any other business to discuss? Hearing none, do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?